Welcome back to the channel, everyone, because today we are diving into one of the most explosive, jaw-dropping, and franchise-shifting stories to hit the Dallas Cowboys in months. A story that combines shock, emotion, mystery, and a bold move by the front office that nobody saw coming. This is the saga of Trevon Diggs finally breaking his silence on his long absence while the Cowboys send the entire NFL into chaos with the sudden signing of a hidden gem running back that insiders are already calling a secret weapon. This is the kind of moment where everything feels like it flips in real time, where one storyline that was filled with questions and quiet tension suddenly collides with another storyline dripping with unpredictability and strategic brilliance. And today, we are unpacking everything: the emotional message from Diggs himself, the timing of his return, what this all means for the Cowboys defense, and of course, the absolutely stunning addition to the running back room that has analysts scrambling to figure out what Jerry Jones is planning. So settle in, because this is a story with layers, drama, and massive implications for the Cowboys season. For months now, the silence around Trevon Diggs has been one of the biggest mysteries surrounding the Cowboys. Fans were confused, insiders were cautious, and speculation online went from hopeful to dark depending on the day. Diggs wasn't just any injured player, he is one of the most electric, game-changing cornerbacks in the NFL, a player whose presence shifts the balance of an entire defense. The Cowboys have felt that absence in every tough matchup, every critical third down, every deep ball that forced this secondary to scramble. And even though the Cowboys kept saying the right things, that Diggs was progressing, that he was locked in, that he was still part of the culture, the silence from Diggs himself created a sense of emotional distance, almost like the fanbase was holding its breath, waiting for a sign that their superstar was still mentally and emotionally connected to the grind. And finally, that moment came. Trevon Diggs stepped forward with a message that was raw, human, direct, and full of competitive fire. He spoke openly about his frustration, the difficulty of being sidelined, the mental battle of watching his brothers take the field without him, and the overwhelming desire to prove that he hasn't lost a step, that he's coming back stronger, faster, and more motivated than ever. And when Diggs talked about the loneliness of recovery, you could feel the emotion crackling through every word. He talked about watching practices from a distance, about hearing the noise online, about wanting so badly to be in those trenches making plays again. He admitted the doubt creeps in, that the outside world sometimes forgets that athletes are human. But then, he flipped the switch Cowboys fans have been waiting to see for months. He said he's locked in, that he's been sharpening his mind, studying film, preparing his body, and that stepping back on the field is personal now. You could feel the fire, the chip on his shoulder, the hunger to silence doubters and redeem lost time. And that is why the timing of the next part of this story is so wild, because this emotional breakthrough from Diggs didn't happen in a vacuum. It landed at the exact moment the Cowboys decided to make one of the most unexpected roster moves of the season, a move that instantly raised eyebrows from coast to coast. While everyone was locked in on Diggs' message and the opening of his practice window, the Cowboys front office quietly pulled off a signing that the rest of the league completely missed. No leaks, no rumors, no insider warnings, just a sudden, stealthy addition to the running back room that left analysts stunned. The Cowboys, in a year where the ground game has been under intense scrutiny, decided to take a swing on a hidden gem running back that scouts inside the league have been whispering about for months. This player, whose name wasn't dominating headlines, brings a combination of speed, explosiveness, vision, and raw upside that immediately makes him one of the most intriguing X factors in the NFC. And what makes the signing even more fascinating is how quietly the Cowboys executed it. Jerry Jones and his front office clearly wanted to move in silence, strategically dropping this move at a moment when the league was focused elsewhere, almost as if they wanted to keep this weapon concealed until the perfect moment. Insiders familiar with his skill set describe him as a hybrid back with the cut-and-go acceleration that can create instant mismatches, a player who brings fresh legs, hunger, and the kind of unpredictability defenses hate. The Cowboys didn't just add depth, they added a spark. They added a player whose running style forces defensive coordinators to rethink their approach. They added someone who could shift the entire dynamic of short yardage plays, red zone threats, and explosive run opportunities. And the timing could not be more poetic, because just as Diggs is preparing for his return on defense, the Cowboys are arming the offense with a new weapon, signaling that this franchise is not just preparing for the playoffs, they are gearing up for a late-season surge that could redefine their identity. But what truly makes this story explosive is how these two narratives collide. Trevon Diggs speaking publicly isn't just emotional timing, it's symbolic. It tells the locker room, the fanbase, and the entire NFL that he's stepping back into the spotlight at a moment when the Cowboys are making moves with intent. This is not a team coasting. This is not a team settling. This is a team pushing all their chips onto the table. Diggs' return doesn't just give Dallas one of the most dangerous ball hawks in the league, it gives them swagger, confidence, and the psychological boost that only a superstar can provide. Pair that with a new offensive weapon, and suddenly the Cowboys feel deeper, sharper, and more dangerous on both sides of the ball. And you could feel the reaction inside Cowboys Nation shift instantly. Fans who were frustrated a week ago are now buzzing. Analysts who were questioning the Cowboys' direction are suddenly rewriting their playoff projections. The players in the locker room feel that energy too, the excitement of getting a brother back, the thrill of integrating a fresh weapon into the offense, the sense of momentum you can't fake. Because let's be honest, timing matters in the NFL. Chemistry matters. Emotion matters. And moves like this tell the entire league that Dallas is not done, that Dallas is evolving, that Dallas is preparing for a push that could shock everyone who counted them out. What also makes this moment fascinating is how Diggs' message sets the tone for his return. He didn't give the standard PR-friendly "I'm doing well, I'll be back soon." He gave something deeper. He talked about how much he missed the game, how much he missed the moment, how badly he wants to compete again. That kind of emotional honesty resonates with fans, but it also reveals the mindset of a player who is coming back with something to prove. A motivated Trevon Diggs is a dangerous Trevon Diggs, and a dangerous Trevon Diggs changes the entire landscape of the Cowboys' defense. It gives them versatility. It gives them turnovers. It gives them the ability to shut down top receivers and force quarterbacks into mistakes. Combine that with a defense that already features Micah Parsons, Darren Bland, and a hungry front seven, and suddenly Dallas is looking like a unit capable of wreaking havoc late in the season. On the offensive side, the new running back creates a completely different storyline. While fans have been vocal about the need for more explosiveness in the run game, the Cowboys have been methodical, evaluating options, searching for a player who fits their vision. And now they believe they've found him. Coaches are already saying privately that his skill set complements the existing rotation perfectly. They say he hits holes with urgency. They say he has the burst to turn routine plays into chunk gains. They say he brings the energy the offense has been missing. And as fans learn more about him, the excitement grows, because there is nothing Cowboys Nation loves more than a potential breakout star, a hidden weapon ready to explode onto the scene when defenses least expect it. Together, Diggs' emotional return and this surprise signing mark a turning point for the Cowboys season. These aren't random stories, these are signals, moves that reveal mindset and ambition. The Cowboys aren't drifting. They're attacking. They're recalibrating. They're bringing back a superstar and introducing a wild card that could make all the difference. And as this next stretch of games unfolds, all eyes will be on how these two developments reshape the identity of a team still fighting for its place in the playoff picture. So buckle up, Cowboys fans. The season just took a dramatic turn, and we're going to be here every step of the way, breaking it all down, analyzing every angle, and diving into every twist as it happens. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay ahead of every breaking update, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment.